Welcome back to another anime review. Today we're reviewing episode 6 of Inuyashiki. I'm Justin.
What is up? I'm Logan.
Together we're Couch Talk. So, damn, was today's episode hype. But before we get into it, again, no spoilers down below. We are anime viewers only. How this works is we're going to discuss the episode and give our review at the end. So, you ready to jump into this crazy episode?
Let's do it.
So the episode begins basically at the end of last episode. Heroes getting caught by these their police force. I don't know what they call their police force. I don't know. Like their FBI kind of equivalent is what it looked like.
Right.
So they try taking him down, and we were debating what kind of action he would take because his mother was there, but he just opted with knock them off and bail.
To just run away. He was sad too, because I think he disappointed his mom, which is what he felt.
And we do see him actually have a lot of emotions in this episode. Like, there were parts where I kind of felt bad for him, but overall, it's like, you're a killer and a scumbag, so...
They did do a good job of making you sympathize with someone who's a straight-up serial killer.
Yeah. So... he flies out of there. They come around the corner like, where'd he go? He disappeared. Like, so it shows him he's watching the media. They released his picture and name, so they are for sure that he's the killer. Basically, they're 100% sure that he's the killer at this point. We don't know exactly how they got it. Maybe Ando released something to him, was what we hypothesized last week, but it's not really stated for sure how they know.
Yeah, they just know. I'm sure it'll come up later.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll come up later. So basically, and then the girl Watanabe, Shion, I think's her first name. She sees him and says like, "What's up?" And then it cuts. So it's like, "Oh crap, what's gonna happen there?" But we get after the opening theme song, we get them at the school. Everyone's just kind of talking like, hey, can you believe it that Hiro went around and killed these people? A lot of people are like, oh yes, he did it. Other people are like, no, I don't believe it. And Inuyashiki's daughter is like, just because he's good doesn't mean he hasn't killed people.
That's quite a contradiction, but sure.
Yeah, it's true.
I think if you're a good guy,
it makes sense though.
I think I know what she meant, but like the way it's worded, a good guy, I think by definition wouldn't kill people. But
true.
I think it's saying just because you act nice doesn't mean you are a perfect person.
But we find out he's hiding out at this home with this older lady. At first, and then Shion comes home, so she decides to hide him because she doesn't think he's the real killer. At first, if you thought he wasn't the real killer, you ought to be like, well, why are you running away? Why couldn't you just kind of fight this or whatever, instead of making us fugitives?
Right. I'm guessing this is like her
interesting
grandma.
Take she talks like, yeah, she has a crush on him, but it is an interesting way she's trying to deal with it.
Right, she's blinded by her feelings for him, I guess.
Yes. So, we get them. They kind of go to bed, and he hovers over the grandma at first.
Oh
with
my
his
god!
finger.
Can this guy? Can he be more creepy? Jesus Christ! Like he gives me chills when he just goes stone cold killer mode. It's so...
I think he was like, he was debating to actually kill them, but he chose not to. I feel like at this point right now, he's still holding on to his promise to his mother that he would never kill again.
Right. He definitely contemplated it, and I thought he was gonna do it. Like, I was like, okay, they're dead. He's just gonna, I guess, chill in this house with 2 dead corpses and hide out, but thankfully, he didn't do it.
Yes, he didn't do it, probably because they're helping him. Like, there is still some feelings left in him, especially he's not forced into a situation yet. Like, he's already promised he wasn't going to kill anyone again, and he's still holding to it. After that, we go to Inuyashiki and Ando. The scene's just great. Like,
Brought
oh,
to you
just
by Apple.
yeah, brought to you by Apple. Uh, he learns he can churn. Basically, if he holds over, like, his body can kind of, I guess, change and transform a bit because Ando had him hold his finger onto a USB port, and then
Yeah.
under his fingernails he had USBs.
Which that is so
'Cause
weird, lifting up the fingernail. That ugh.
I thought like the end of his finger would turn into the port or something like that, but no, it's just underneath his fingernail.
Yeah, it was just weird.
He's just like, whoa!
He pretty much downloaded a phone into his system.
Which is badass. I wish I could have my phone in my head. You don't have to worry about battery life.
Yeah,
Because-
exactly. This is the future. But the next scene was super cool. How he pretty much flew high and higher, and he ended up in space, which was just super cool. And I thought it was hilarious that there's just an
Space.
astronaut. He's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because like he starts flying down and shows the astronaut. He like turns back. He's like, "What's like?" You know they got like cameras and stuff. I wonder if they like got a picture of him while he's up there, or it just happened so suddenly. Like,
Right.
weren't ready
And then he
for it.
tried to like take a drink of the water.
yeah,
He's like, what the
when it
fuck?
come out. I wonder if he's like, Houston. There's a spaceman out here.
We have there's a half naked grandpa.
There's flying around up here. Like, would you say anything? Like, if I saw something like, holy shit, and like, what? Houston?
Well, no one would believe you.
True. Be like, can you look outside real quick?
It was it was a great scene. And it was just
So-
funny.
Right after that, we basically get, hold on, let me,
This is where Hero's emotions start to come out.
yes. His mother, yes, this is where we see him crying. Like, he is definitely, like, his mother is coming out like, I'm sorry, I don't know what I did to mess up. He's like, a human could never do this.
Right. She's taking on the burden and the blame
yes.
for what he did. And he's obviously sad because he never wanted to put her through that. And not
Yes,
only that,
like, he's trying his hardest to, like, put her in a good place. Like, he got a new home for her. He's, like, trying to take care of her. So, obviously, there's that deep connection there. And, of course, you got your internet trolls coming out there, like, oh, the mother should be punished. It's like, well, the mother didn't make him do those decisions. It's not really her fault at all, but
right,
people do kind of take it that way sometimes. So.
the last thing he should be doing is reading internet comments on this whole thing, because even
Poor assholes.
even Ando's like, uh-oh, this is not gonna be
Yes.
good.
We gotta, and like Inuyashi's trying to listen for him. Ando's like, oh crap, something bad's going to happen. Like, because he's reading them, he's like, man, these people don't know what's going to happen.
Right, because
They don't
Ando
understand.
Ando actually kind of understands Hiro, how he reacts to things and how he
Yes.
just acts in general. Which, I mean, he was right. Some bad stuff did happen later on, but we'll get there.
Yeah. We get to Inuyashiki's family having dinner. So, the son asks, like, hey, why is dad late? Like, so basically I never thought they actually cared about him really, like if he was gone or not. They
Right.
didn't seem like that, but I guess he does have a time. He's been out a lot, like the last few episodes. I didn't realize, like, he still had a time where he came home, I guess.
Yeah.
And the son's just nonchalantly like, maybe he's been killed.
Yeah, it's like, dude, what? You don't
Like,
just
somebody
say
mentioned,
that.
like he says it nonchalantly, but his face has like the face of worry. But he doesn't say it like he's worried. And the daughter just,
The daughter
doesn't
doesn't give a
know.
shit.
she's
Yeah,
just like, what are you
that's such a
talking
weird.
about?
That's such a weird thing to say. He did look concerned, but the way he says, he's like, "Oh, just maybe he's been killed." It's like, what?
Like-
Watch
So-
your mouth.
We go back to Hero, and he's watching the news. They're at his mother's home, but she's not there. they're not quite where she's there. Then we see him. He's watching TV, he's laughing, having a good time here.
Yeah,
He's like, oh, it's funny. And I didn't expect him to be a fan of like TV, really, from the way he talked when he's talking about manga and stuff like that.
right. He's just
Um,
watching a late night game show. It looks what it is. You know, just
looks like
those
late night talk show game
those
shows.
weird ass shows that come on after like midnight. That's what he's watching, just chilling.
Having a good time, and then it's like, Hiro's mother commits suicide, and he gets destroyed after reading this, and this is what
Well, you can see it in his eyes. Like his eyes just like it's like he just lost his soul and just went into this like Terminator mode. Like he was obviously
his mother meant so much to him.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Obviously, his mother is probably the only person that he cares about that much. Because I don't think he cares about his dad as much as his mother. So his mother's like the only person who kept him sane.
Like, he's always trying to like please her, make her proud of him, and he's trying to protect her, do all this stuff and like she said in the previous episode, if you were to do it, I'd have to die with you. So I'm not surprised that she decided to commit suicide.
Right. But Hiro probably blames himself.
But he blames himself, and he blames all the people that kept harassing her.
Right.
Because they kept pushing it like, oh, it's your fault, it's your fault. And she took on all that burden, as we saw in that media conference earlier. And
right. I'm sure. Well, he probably kind of blames
media,
them.
they're fucking hounds when shit happens, dude. I always hate it. Like when I see that stuff on TV, it's like, Jesus, let them be.
Well, media ain't gonna have much fun in this next part. So
No. So they're having the conference at his father's house, asking his father, and they're just like, oh, how was he raised? Like, what about the mother? Just like, he's like, dude, I can't apologize enough for him. Like,
yeah, there's a point where
there's
like,
not much he can do about it. Like,
yeah, there's a point where like I understand you can raise a child wrong, but there's a point to where it's not the parents' fault. Like even on the news, they're like he had a pretty decent childhood. Besides, like, I guess he killed small animals or something.
yeah, they said something about he harmed small animals.
But besides that, like they said, when he wanted to grow up, he wanted to be just some office worker. He was pretty normal, just a kind of bit off, but that's not his parents' fault. But the media's like, why did you make a killer? It's like,
and one of the media turns around, sees Hiro walking up. He's just coming. I was like, oh crap.
Once I saw him, I'm like, I know what's happening. I know this is going down.
Pulls up his thing, bang, kills one reporter, does the bang a few times, and then we get to see he is so out of it. He goes to his new favorite thing.
Yeah, he's like,
and he actually does, like, he's holding a machine gun and he just sprays them all down.
Yeah, he just killed like 10 or so media members in an instant by just in front of his dad.
In front of his dad, yes.
He doesn't even say anything to his dad.
No, he just, like, the father's like, please don't kill me. He's probably thinking like, I would never kill you. Like, he actually cares for his father and that family. As we've seen him, he goes there every day basically. He brings manga to the his step siblings. Well, not steps, whatever you want to call them. So yeah, so he does have a feeling there. So he wasn't going to kill him, but he kind of does it because like the media, he's like, they've been attacking everyone in my family. He kind of blames them for his mother, and then now they're harassing his father.
Right. He definitely just he's basically gonna kill anyone who he thinks had some like contribution to his mother's suicide, or at least he's just taking his anger out on anything that pisses him off too. So
yes, you just don't want to get in his way right now.
Right.
Basically,
which leads us to our next scene,
where he decides to go after all the 2chan members.
Yeah, all these 2chan members.
They're half Chan. They're not quite 4, but they're 2chans that were all trolling and saying that, like, well, not really trolling. They weren't trolling. They were just that was just the guy's excuse. But
Well,
they
they're
were
just
just
being
saying
assholes.
his parents are guilty, like they should be punished.
Well, yeah, they're like his parents are guilty. They're glad his mother committed suicide. The father should do it too. It's like, what the hell, dude? Who talks
Yeah,
like that?
and Hiro kind of hacks the board, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna kill everyone here. Kill all of you.
Oh,
And they're like,
jeez.
oh sure, ha 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 ha. Like, you can't kill him. Like, what are you gonna do? And I actually really liked how this episode went. I was like, throughout this whole time, I thought he was just gonna bust in through the door.
That's what I thought.
I was like, but he hacks into the phone, and he's like talking to this asshole. And then he goes to the computer monitor, and this guy, he's just like, first of all, he hacked into your computer, like,
Yeah, he first
easily.
into your phone and then instantly to your computer. So he's for real. He knows, like, this guy's
And
still like taunting him and like
yes, he's like, Ma, get in here. I don't know why his mom would want to come in here, but
when he said that, I thought it was gonna cut to like his mom dead and
that's what I
like
thought. I was
Hero in
expecting
the
the
other
whole time.
room.
I think it's one of those things like, is she dead? Is she not dead? Like,
That's
it
that's
just eats at you.
that's what this show does really good because we have this crazy ass killer. You can just assume that she might be dead. Maybe,
Especially
maybe
since
not.
he was saying like, oh, I'm glad she killed herself and stuff like that.
Right. This part's just crazy.
Yes, and he's still just taunting. He's like, "Hey Ma, come look, it's Hero, Hero." Ooh. Like, what are you gonna do? And then this is where we get even like more powers out of him. He does the bang through the computer monitor, like at the wall.
Right.
So this
I
technology's out of the damn world, man.
Yeah, we don't understand completely how it works, and I don't think there's any like reason to even try and like understand it. But
No, it's
he
just
can
alien technology.
yeah, he can just shoot through basically this guy's computer screen. And
And
like the dude sees it and even still like isn't he didn't like freak out. He was just kind of like I guess in a bit of shock like what?
yeah, he guesses, well, I guess it's like that show Becky was on or whatever, like he just kind of casually makes a comment.
Yeah, if something happened to
And
me, I'd be out of there. I'd be
I like,
out of
oh,
that room.
like, oh wait, you just shot the wall behind me? Peace out. Like, and then Hero just like toys with him. He like makes him dance. He's like bang, 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 making him dance all around the place, kind of dodge it. And of course, we get the worst excuse here ever. I was trolling.
Yeah. Here even shot him in the leg. Like clearly he wanted to like put him through a bunch of pain, especially since cuz this is the one that leaked his house address in the picture.
Yes, even though he tried saying he didn't.
Yeah. But then Hero's like, "Oh, really? What's this?" And like pulls up
Yeah.
like an email. It's like, "Dude, you're so fucked. Like you're so dead."
And then he uploads the video of him killing the guy to the 2chan's thread.
Yeah,
And of course they're all like, I don't know, they don't give too much reaction to it. It's like, I guess
well,
you could
some
think
were
it's
like,
a fake
"Holy
video.
shit!" That gave me chills. But the rest of them are
Yes.
like, still like, how do you not take that seriously? Someone hacks into your forum board. Literally, you see like a name just pop up exclusively for them. Says, "I'm gonna kill you all," and then post a picture of someone dying. They're like, "Oh, we'll bring it, bro. Let
Yeah,
me
like
see
that-
what you got."
One guy on the in like the green jacket, he's just flipping it off. He's like, "Kill me if you can," and then bang, and just not like the sweet revenge. Like throughout this whole episode, it's just moral of the
Exactly.
story:
Like,
don't be a fucking asshole.
like I don't even feel sorry for these people. Like it's crazy that it happened, but these people were like complete. I'm not saying like, oh, if you're a dick, you gotta get killed, but like these people, I did not feel sympathy for when they died.
No,
I was like,
I did not.
I was like, well, you asked
Like
for it.
they're like,
You
oh, I'm
literally
glad
asked
his
for
mother
it.
commit suicide, and yeah, they're like, come at me, like bring it, bro. One guy says like, I know karate.
He
This
kills
guy has
like
murdered like 20 plus people now at this point. Well, they said 15, and then the media people, so he's probably at like 25, 30.
yeah, he's up
And
there.
then he kills, I don't know how many are on this thread. Like, I'm guessing a lot. Like, I doubt they went through all of them. They just showed a lot.
It
So he's
was
probably at 100 probably now.
it was chilling though. Like he's like, I'm gonna kill you all in order starting now. I'd be like, oh my god, that
Yeah, and
is
it
just
ends with like a couple people saying, I'm totally fine. I'm guessing they didn't say anything. Or maybe, like, those were posted right before they died.
probably something
But
like
it could
that.
be that, or it could be they didn't say anything bad about his mother. They could have been the ones that like, hey, because earlier in the episode we saw a couple said, don't blame the parents.
Yeah, and someone's like, even when she died, someone was like, "This is your guys' fault," like for harassing
Yes.
her. But
Yeah, so I don't think he would kill them, just because right now he's just basically on this vengeance path of those who he blames.
right, but he kills so many people this episode. I
He
think it was
did.
his most killed episode. I know it is
Well, he
actually.
did. He did machine gun at one point.
This episode's crazy.
I saw somebody was saying like, I thought the ending was gonna be him full screen just saying bang at the viewer.
That'd be such a good ending and spooky as hell. Like I'd be like, ah.
He just shows up, bang. Like I think that actually would have been a
That would
great
have been a
ending.
perfect ending.
Um, but
It-
overall, still
yeah,
pretty damn good, man.
that's the episode. Just a
That is the
slaughter.
episode. So you want to go ahead and get into the score?
Sure. I'll give it an 8.5. It was pretty good. it's it does super good job of like this episode in particular was I mentioned it earlier, but it did a super good job of sympathizing for someone you thought you would never be able to like feel sympathy towards. Like you could tell he really cared for his mother and that really hurt him. Granted, he brought this upon himself because, you know, if you didn't kill anyone, this would never would have happened. But near the end, it did a good job of like twisting it of like, well, now he's killing kind of for his mother against these people who they portrayed as like huge assholes. So it's just very interesting and very good how they kind of twisted it. Like, well, I can kind of feel for him now, at least in those particular situations. He's still a crazy ass murderer and needs to be stopped, but like the ending ones, you're like, I don't care if he kills them. They kind of asked for it.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, it was just solid. The pacing's really good. Like every week, I'll say the pacing's really good.
All right. I'm actually gonna give it a 10 for this episode. um, First of all, I love the like they focus so much on character development in this episode, which I love, and we get little glimpses of everyone throughout this episode. But they focused on Hiro, and I actually really like Hiro's character, and we got like an emotional roller coaster with him. You know, he's just crying. He really disappointed his mother, and they did a good job of showing that. And then not right after, you know, he's kind of like happy. He's watching some good television, and then he's devastated again. It's just this up and down of these emotions, and they just did such a good job of developing him out as a character to like you said, make you sympathize with him at parts, especially with all these people going after his mother, and he feels for her. He wants to do everything he can for her. Then, you know, you get some sweet justice. I don't want to say that. That's fucked up. But he goes after all these people. Like, it's just very good. The suspense, like, you don't know. I thought he would, you know, break in the walls to take down the 2chan people, but he didn't. Kind of, you get unique ways for him Like he's not just doing bang over and over. You get the machine gun out. You get to see him shooting through the computer. You get to see more of what he's capable of doing. And the scene with Inuyashiki in space is just like, even though you have all this like really just dark, depressing shit happening, they have like the one perfect scene in the middle of like pure comedy to kind of like break it up without actually distracting from the episode.
Right.
So I thought the episode was basically perfect. The only thing that would have made it better is if it ended with him full screen saying bang.
That would have been crazy.
But
But it was good. This
yeah,
anime is super good.
that does it for our scores for this episode. So I guess it's time.
Spiel time!
Again, as always, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. That truly helps a lot. If you want, hit that notification bell down below so you always know when we post. So you get a little bing on the top right of your page when we upload. You can watch them all instantly. Again, comment. Let us know what you thought about the episode, what you didn't like, what you did like. Maybe we missed something you want to point out. Just no spoilers. And that does it for this episode. So until next time, peace out.
See you.